In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to get invited onto any podcast in your niche. I've booked myself and hundreds of founders onto over 500 shows at this point, and I can tell you right now, you don't need a big following, tons of experience in your field, or a perfect website to do this. And you're about to see exactly how. Because by the end of this video, you'll have a simple 3-step process you can follow to start getting booked on the shows your ideal clients are already listening to. Let's get into it. What you need before you pitch. So let's start with step 1. Getting yourself ready to pitch. You only need 2 things before you can reach out to anyone. The first thing is one clear line on who you help. So for example, if I were to do this, I would say something like, I help B2B founders turn a single podcast into a month of content. The second is 3 topics you could talk about on a show, each one specific enough that a host can actually picture how the episode would go. Now, a lot of people will stall here because they think they need a finished speaker page before they can reach out to anybody. A speaker page is basically a 1-page site that shows a host who you are and why you'd be a good guest, but you don't need it to start. That page never comes up in the first email anyway, because a host only asks for it after they've already replied and they're interested. So you've got plenty of time to put it together while you're working on getting a conversation started in the first place. With that said, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go over every detail of that right now. If you do want to build it though, I've got a 6-part framework for it called Reveal. It's the method I have all my clients use. But for getting started today, your one-liner and your 3 topics are enough. And real quick, if you want a head start on all of this, my free school community linked below this video has the speaker page template, my pitch template, and the exact prompts I use. So you don't have to build it all yourself. Anyway, let's move on. How to find shows. For step 2, you're building your list of shows and you want that ones your ideal client already listens to. You want to get about 15 to 20 solid shows, and you also want to do this fast. The quickest way I found is to search your main topic followed by the word podcast on Google or in any podcasting app. Right away, you'll have a bunch of pages of shows in your space to work from. From there, the fastest way to find the best ones is to look at where people like you have already been guests. Take 3 or 4 people in your niche, a competitor, a peer, someone a step ahead of you, and look up the shows they've been on. Those shows are already full of the kind of audience you want to be in front of. So the host is much more likely to say yes to you. Now look, you don't need to deeply research every show. Our goal is to get booked as fast as humanly possible. So a quick check is all you need before it goes on your list. Just make sure they've posted an episode in the last month or so, that they actually bring on guests, and that real people are commenting on their episodes. If a show passes all 3, it goes on the list. If not, you move on. Have one pitch you can reuse, and you only need to write it once. What makes this fast is that most of your pitch stays exactly the same for every outreach message. The whole thing is only about 75 words, and it's the same formula I use on every pitch I send. The only part you change for each message is the very first line. That first line is the only part that has to be specific to the show you're pitching. It is a quick mention of something from a recent episode that genuinely helped you, so the host can tell you actually listened to the show. Everything after it that explains who you help, what you'd like to talk about, and the friendly line at the end where you offer to come on stays the same for everyone. Once that one pitch is written, each new one takes only about 2 minutes. You pull up a show, write the single opening line about their episode, and hit send. That's how you get through 15 to 20 shows in one sitting. There are also 2 quick rules I want to mention that make a big difference in whether you get a reply or not. First, Keep your subject line all lowercase because that makes it look way less automated and more human, and it will get opened more often. Also, if you already created your speaker page, don't put that link in the first email ever. The reason for this is because it will drop down your deliverability significantly. You only offer to send it once they reply. Now look, if doing all of that yourself sounds like too much, my team and I can do the research, the outreach, and get you the booking. We guarantee 3 podcasts every month, so all you have to do is the fun part. Show up and record. The link for that is right below this video. But if you'd rather do it yourself with a proven system, my Podstar Challenge walks you through every step. And the goal is to get booked on 3 podcasts in the next 30 days. If you hit the goal, you win all your money back. So again, both options are linked in the description. And once you get booked, you're going to want to be prepared for the podcast itself. So check out this video next.